Oh, Aventon, you little dogs. You guys and your little brainiacs are doing some cool stuff behind the scenes. I have finally got my hands on the brand new Aventon Adventure M. This is a fully auto e-bike and it has a mid-drive. That's what the M stands for. So in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about it. So let's get into it. Your Adventure M is going to come to you as a Class 1 e-bike, which means you can go up to 20 miles an hour via your double-sided torque sensor down below and your 3 levels of pedal assist. This bike does not come with a throttle, but you can order one separately. You can also unlock this bike to Class 2 and Class 3 speeds. The Adventure M weighs 73 pounds, but has a maximum payload capacity of 400 pounds. And during the making of this video, you can purchase this bike for $26.99, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. The Adventure M comes in 2 different sizes. You can get it in a regular, which is good for riders that are 5'3" to 5'10", or you can get a large, which is good for riders who are 5'10" to 6'4". This bike also comes in 3 different colors. This color right here is called Camouflage. It also comes in Pacific and Basalt. Aventon says that the Adventure M can go up to 85 miles on a single battery charge. The Adventure M comes with a 36-volt, 250-watt mid-drive A100 motor. It has a peak power of 750 watts and 100 newton meters of torque. It has a 10-speed transmission, a Shimano Q's derailleur, a 36-tooth chainring, and an electric thumb shifter. For stopping power, you have the SRAM DB4 4-piston hydraulic brake system with 200mm rotors on the front and 180mm rotors on the rear. The front forks are hydraulic. They have 80mm of travel. You can preload them and you can lock them out. The wheels are 26 inches tall. It does come with a through axle right here. The tires are by Innova, so they are 26 by 4 inches. They have an all-terrain pattern on them and they're puncture resistant. When it comes to the battery, well, it is hidden in this down tube right here. It is a 36-volt, 20 amp hours with 733 watt hours of power. You can charge it up with this charging port on the battery right here. And it comes with a 4 amp charger, which means you can take this bike from 0 to 100 within 5 hours. Now, you don't have to leave it in the bike. You can take the battery out and charge it someplace else. To remove the battery, there's no physical key that you can lose or have broken. Instead, you have 2 different ways that you can release this battery. One is through the Aventon phone app, and the second one is through the display. Let me show you how to do it on the display. Let's go ahead and push the plus and minus buttons to hop into the main menu. From there, we're going to bounce down to battery lock, hit your power button. There, it shows the battery is locked. We're going to hit the power button again, and it has released the battery. You can see that the battery is released. It's sticking out here a little bit. There's a charging handle. You're just going to push that down, and when you do that, it's going to push this tab and release the battery. You can use this handle to carry it around, and there is also a battery indicator on the bottom for whenever you are charging it separately. There's your charging port, and let's go ahead and put it back in the bike. You're just going to put it down there, click it in, and you're good to go. Coming up, I'll be showing you how to release the battery in the Aventon phone app. The Adventure M is UL2271 certified and also UL2849. It also has an IPX6 rating, which means it can handle high-pressure water streams from any angle. Additional features include metal fenders, aluminum pedals, a single-side chainring guard, a quick release, a suspension seat post with 50mm of travel, and this low-profile seat. You have mounting points for a bottle cage or a foldy lock, mounts in the front for a front basket, and a rear rack that can hold 59 pounds. The star of the show is the Aventon control unit. It sits right here on top of the motor, and this is what we use for all of the security features. We'll be covering this when we cover the phone app. Let's talk about size and fit. Now, when you take a look at the overall length of the bike, well, that is around 74 inches in length. You can make adjustments with the seat, but there's very little that you can use with the handlebar area, although it does have the rising handlebars just a little bit, so you can bring them in or bring them out depending on your arm length. But you'll be making most of your adjustments right here with the seat. and it drops down to here. This is your lowest part because you do have to make room for that suspension seat post to work. So that's your shortest setting right there. And then let me go ahead and put it to our tallest one. Now it does have numbers on the back, which is very helpful. This is the regular frame. So the large one is going to be taller, but that's how it looks for the regular size. I'm gonna go ahead and set it to my weight or my height, which is right here. I am 5'9", 220 pounds or 25 pounds with a 32-inch inseam. And this is what I'm gonna look like riding this bike today. And right here, ooh, we should unlock this. There we go. And this is how the ride should be with everything unlocked. Cockpit operations. On your left-hand side, you have this single locking grip. As you can see, I've added a bar and mirror to mine. It does not come with that standard. And then you have your front brake lever. And then this is your control pad. You can add a throttle to this bike, and if you do, this is where it would go. To start the bike, you're just going to hold down the power button here in the middle until your display lights up. This is your display. It is full color. You see these little indicators right here. This is showing our signal strength for our GPS, and then that shows that our GPS is tracking. Right here, you have your battery indicator. Not only can you just visually look at it, but it'll tell you what percentage we have. Here's where it shows you what gear you're in, your speed. This bar will light up depending on the amount of power that you're putting out. This tells you what pedal assist level you're in, and this is going to give you various information. There is also a USB-C port here at the bottom. If we want to go up in pedal assist levels, we're going to hit our plus button. You have your Eco, Sport, Auto, and Turbo. Yes, this bike will automatically choose your pedal assist levels while you're riding. To go down in pedal assist levels, you're just going to hit your minus button. A nice feature as well, it shows you how many miles and range you can go on your current pedal assist level. These left and right buttons here are your turn signals. Just go ahead and push that. You can see the indicator pop up right here. To turn off the turn signal, you're just going to click the button again. To turn on your headlight, we're just going to hold the plus button until your headlight comes on. The screen dims a little bit and this headlight indicator pops up right there. To turn the headlight off, you're just going to hold that plus button again. This is your front headlight. It is a single bulb. It is mounted right here on your handlebars, and it is very bright. When you turn your headlights on, your rear tail lights light up. In the video here, they are flashing, but they are solid when you are riding the bike. Now, it doesn't have a brake feature just like the Rambless, so whenever you hit the brakes, it doesn't light up. But this is what your turn signals look like whenever you are using the bike. When you turn the headlight off, your turn signals still work. On your right-hand side, you have your rear brake lever, and then you have your electronic shifter. It does not come with a bell. I have added that since I have been riding this bike. So if you want to go up in gear, you're just going to push that button, and it will go up in gear, or you can drop it down in gear by hitting the bottom button. There is a button back here which does various things. I want you to pay attention to the information right here, and we can change that with this button on the back. Right now it tells us what gear we're in. If I hit the button back there, it'll show us how much power and wattage is going to the bike. You hit it again, it tells us how much torque we're using. You hit it again, our cadence, and then it goes back to gear. Let's hop into advanced settings. To access that menu, we're going to hit our plus and minus button together, and that is going to take us into the main menu. Right here is where we're going to clear our trip, and we're going to do that before we start our ride today. There we go. From here, it goes into battery lock, and I've showed you that feature on how you can unlock the battery. This is a bike lock, and this is where it locks the rear hub from moving. So whenever you click it, it will lock the rear hub so that it will not spin. Display unit, this is where you bounce between miles per hour and kilometers. We can control our display brightness. 5 is the brightest it can go. Auto power off, how long do we want the bike to activate before it shuts off? I'm just going to set it up high so I can set up my equipment later. Auto shift, this, guys, this is where it is very nice. This is where you can set up the bike to where it will shift automatically. So not only will it allow you to use an automatic pedal assist, but it will shift automatically. I'm going to show you that feature during the review. We can add a password to the bike to add another layer of security. Here's where you're going to get your error history, and this is where you get your system info. Go down one more, and this is where you're going to connect to the app. You definitely want to connect to the app because you need to download all the firmware updates. To get back out of this menu, you're just gonna hit your left turn signal button. So now you understand when I say this bike is fully auto. Not only will it auto shift into different pedal assist levels, but you can auto shift into different gears. This is the Aventon app. This is where you can do various things inside of it. You can control your lighting, you can lock the bike, you can unlock it, you can turn your headlight on, and in here is the more settings, which you can adjust your screen brightness, how long the bike is turned on or off. I just turned it off, so now the bike will not turn off unless I turn it off. This is your assistant level. This is where you can go in and adjust your ride on how the bike performs in each 3 of the pedal assist levels, which is very cool. I'm going to leave it stock for now. This is where you're going to go in and change your speed limit. I have already gone in and changed ours up to 28 miles an hour, which is a great thing. So this bike will do class 3 speeds with this mid-drive motor. It also has an alarm on here. From here, you have the uphill start assist. I am very curious about this. We're going to try this out today. So this is going to give you an extra boost whenever you take off if we're going up a hill. This is your auto shift, and you can adjust it. So you can either turn it off if you don't want to use it, or you can have it turned on, and you can adjust what the expected cadence is as you're pedaling, the sensitivity of how hard you're putting down on the pedals, and what Newton meters of torque that you want. When I first fired up this bike, I went ahead and did the crank calibration, and I also did the electronic shift calibration. So you guys will have to do that when you first get your bike. Lock when powered turned off. So this is where the hub lock comes in, and if I hit this button, whenever I turn the bike off, the hub is going to lock. So let's go ahead and do that. It's a nice security feature. Unusual activity detection. If somebody touches this bike or even moves it, I get notified on my phone. Here you can clear your password. We have geofencing. I'll show you that later. But this is important, guys. Right here, you're going to want to update your firmware. I just had to do it before this review. It takes a bit, but you definitely want to make sure that you update all your firmware before you take your bike out on its first ride. You can back up, restore information. This is your lot service, and this is where it has a SIM card in there, and this is what tracks your bike for you. And then you can put it into transportation mode, which means the bike will not give like any alarms or notifications as it is moving. Want to know some more information about your bike? Well, this is everything you need to know. And if you want to unpair it, you can unpair it there. To unlock your battery, you're going to go into here. This is where you have your battery lock. You open this up. Are you sure you want to unlock it? For that, you would hit unlock, and it's going to release your battery. So that is the other way that you can open up your battery and pop it out. You can also change your pedal assist levels right here. Eco, Sport, and Auto. And as you can see, it's doing it on the screen. I don't use my phone while I'm riding, so I don't have it on the handlebars, so I will not be using those features, but you might. From here, you will also get information like your max speed, average speed, calories burned, and you can also track your rides. From here, you can find dealers, do maintenance, have it diagnose the bike itself, and then you have various things down here. This is where it's tracking your rides. This is a Discover page where people share their rides. And then if you want to track your ride, well, you can do it right here. So I started to do the road test, and it told me that there is a bunch more firmware to update to. So we're stopped here at the side of the road here, and we are updating all of the software. So this way I can show you all of the latest features to make sure everything is going to work properly. As always, we are starting out our road test on the 606 trail. And you probably notice that I'm wearing different clothes. And you know why? Because this is not the same day. Matter of fact, this isn't the same bike. Well, let me explain. We had a fatal failure with the hub lock system on this bike before I was able to take it out. This happened right after I did specs. And so I got a hold of Aventon. This hasn't happened before. So they said, you know what? We want to send you out a new bike. And they wanted me to send the other one back. And then that way they can study it and see what the actual issue was. But that comes in handy because it's actually a benefit for us. Number one, when I got the bike, this is the new one, I put it together, I put it on the, the updated the software, and then a couple days later for this review, I go to take off and it says there's more software to upload. So this video should have the latest software going on this bike. Plus it also gave Aventon time to send me a throttle for this bike. So this review is not only going to cover everything, but it will also cover how the throttle performs. So at first I was bummed, but it looks like it's all going to work out in the end. So let's see how this bike performs. Let's start Strava. Oh, almost forgot to start Strava because of that software update. It threw me off. It's a big software update. It took like 30 minutes to do. So just note that, give yourself some time, update your bike before you think you want to take it for a ride. I currently have the bike in pedal assist 0, and we're cruising at 11 miles an hour. With this being a mid-drive, you don't feel all that weight on where the back hub is because, well, there's no motor on the back hub. There's a mid-drive. But you do feel the weight of these tires. These fat tires are going to let you feel it. Now, I'm in gear 5. I just kicked it down into gear 4. That's better, right? So gear 4, 0 pedal assist, 11 miles an hour. Now, because of this latest update, this bike should have boost mode. And if so, we'll test it out. But right now, it's not showing me that it does. Let's go ahead and do the brake test. We're going to do it at 2 different speeds. One at 20 miles an hour in case you leave it into class 2. And then the second, we'll do it at 28 miles an hour, which is the top speed of this bike. Oh, the front, the back end wanted to lift up just a little. And let's see, we stopped at 21 feet. Now with this bike, the bike's heavy, I'm heavy, and but the brakes seem to work really good, at least for this first part. Let's see what top speed does to it though. This is round 2. We have it into turbo, and we are just going to get this thing going. My only concern is that I don't flip over the handlebars. Oh man, I locked it up all of the way. I thought I was gonna have to make it lighter on this front end, but man, I just held the brakes all the way just to see what happened. Let's see where we're at. We went past our 25-foot tape measure, so we will mark it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 29 feet at 28 miles an hour. Basically, it'll stop a foot for whatever speed you're going. So that, for a bike like this, we'll take it. I'm a big fan of the A100 motor. I think it's really great because I've been using it on the Rambluses. That's what they have. I am curious to see if it's going to rattle like my Rambluses do. Maybe they have that all worked out. We'll be able to find out during the hill climb. I'm shifting the gears. It's not doing the big ka-chunk or anything like that. Moving up into gear 9, 10, there we go. And see, that feels really good. I do like how the shifter buttons feel. You know what, let's go ahead and try out the auto feature when it comes to the shifting. Right now I have it in manual. All right, I just turned on auto shift so we can see how that feels. And then later we'll try the auto pedal assist. As I just took off, I felt it kick down into gear to make it easier for me to pedal. This is nice. It's auto shifting into those different levels, and it's going totally off of what the pressure is that I'm applying to the pedals and stuff like that. So you can also make those changes within the app. Like if you want it to switch out at a certain torque or at a certain cadence, it'll do that. I'm just going with the factory settings. Those kind of settings are something that most people might not even mess with unless you're putting this thing out on single track trails. But what a nice feature, because it doesn't matter. Well, you know what? Let's try something out here. I don't think I've tested this part out. Let's go ahead and stop. All right, we're at a dead stop. We're in gear 7. We're going to take off. And the bike has already shifted gears. We're down into gear 6, 5, 4. All right, now we're in 4, and then it's gonna notice how I'm pedaling, so now it just shifted up into 5, and it shifted into 6, and 7. You wanna talk about, oh, we're in gear 8. You wanna talk about taking the guesswork out of what gear you should be in when you take off or stop, or because I know with most mid-drives, well, most of them don't have a decent throttle. Well, I don't know if this one does either, but normally you have to downshift automatically. If you're going to a stoplight or something like that, if you go to a dead stop, you have to downshift into what gear you think you should be in. Well, now the bike does it for you. Let's go ahead and try auto on the pedal assist. Now the thing is, you won't know which pedal assist level you're in while riding the bike because all you see is the auto. Right now, as I'm looking down, it says in auto, we have a range of 38.5 miles, which for a fat tire bike would be a good distance. And I can tell you right now, we're not gonna get that because we're gonna start abusing this bike with the sand and the hills. If you have like the level 3, any of the new Abounds, the Pace, well, you can take the battery and take it along as an extra, which I don't know why I didn't think about that. I got some Aventons in there just waiting. I could have snatched the battery off of it, but let's see how far we make it with this battery. I'm just wondering if this has the boost mode on it. Let's take a look and see. I don't see where it is. Maybe it doesn't work for the mid-drive bikes. I know I did a video where, you know, I did that, and I show everybody how it works on various bikes. Well, Joe, just on one bike, on the level 3. But they said it works for all bikes with the ACU. Now, when I take a look at the turbo, it shows that you can go higher than that, but right now it's not giving me that as an option. And if you watch my video, boost mode comes and goes. It is loud over here. Now, right now, I haven't been using the throttle. I want to see how this bike feels, just using it the way it is. And a great thing about this motor is you get power right out of the gate. I think I'm in an area I shouldn't be. Ah! Oh no! Yikes. One sidewalk was closed, the other sidewalk was closed. Today's temperature is going to be mid-80s, so we should be able to get everything we need to get out of this battery. It won't be too hot, it won't be too cold. Yeah, if you don't get the throttle for this bike, it's totally fine. As you feel that power right when you take off. The bike already threw itself down into a lower gear, so taking off is effortless. But I do want to try that throttle. I do want to try it. When I reviewed the Adventure 3, I ended up putting it on a single track trail. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. The same trail and everything to see how it performs differently with it being a mid-drive in this A100 motor. I mean, we have more torque. We have the uphill climbing feature, which we're taking this bike to the Hill of Doom, which is a 31% incline. And we're going to try it out there. And that's really going to put this hill climb feature to the test. It's going to put the 100 Newton meters of torque to the test. And my foot just slipped off the pedals. All right, we have turn signals. So let's activate those because we're getting ready to turn. Let the people behind us know. Now, I never felt like the Adventure was a bike that you just race around town. It's a definite cruiser that can handle the city and can handle off-road. So if you're looking for a bike that's going to have like a ton of speed and you're just racing around the city, this is not going to be the one. But if you want a bike that's like solid, you know, has backed by a great company with some really good features, well, this is definitely going to be one to put on your list. I'm just digging the feeling of what this bike feels like as it shifts. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's test out the throttle. We'll do it from this stoplight right here. With some of the mid-drives that I've tested, the throttle doesn't really do much good. Now, I do know that the throttle should be locked out at 20 miles an hour, which is what it is with all Aventon bikes. But how's it for the takeoff? All right, well, it's very gentle. We're taking off. You know what? I feel the bike shifting into different gears as we go faster. Get out of what? Oh man, so that way, whatever speed you're at, when you start pedaling, it feels natural. This is some smart technology. Like right now, I'm just using throttle. We're only cruising at 12 miles an hour, 13. Yeah, and I can see on the screen, it's shifting into gear. Oh, Aventon, you little dogs. You guys and your little brainiacs are doing some cool stuff behind the scenes. But what's it going to take to get it to do 20 miles an hour? Will it do 20 and hold with the throttle? What happens if we're already cruising along like 13 miles an hour on gear 7 and then I hit the throttle? Is it going to hold the speed at 13 miles an hour? Actually, it's picking up speed. Okay. I have now figured out how this throttle works. Guys, if you buy the bike, get the throttle. I'm just telling you, because it just opens up another feature to the bike. It's going to allow you, well, and I'm still in auto pedal assist levels. Hang on, we're going to put it into turbo. When this light turns green, I'm going to see if it'll take off faster. Now we're in gear 8, which is going to change once we take off, because the bike will sense that we're taking off from a dead stop. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this thing. Oh, all right, we're taking off from a dead stop. Oh, no, it does not change how quick this bike takes off. Throttle's going. I started pedaling. All right, so there's kind of I don't think you want to use throttle to take off unless you plan on taking off extremely slow. But as I'm just riding here with throttle on, I mean, I feel the bike shifting. That is such a cool feeling, guys. I also switched the seat on this bike. So with my first Aventure M, the seat creaked really bad. And when the bike broke, I was like, oh, maybe it was just a one-off. And this new bike, the seat won't creak. Well, it creaks a lot. So I took the seat off the level 3. I just pulled the whole seat and the post and everything off. And we're using that for this review. So that would be something that definitely needs to be improved for a heavier rider. I mean, I'm 225 pounds. I got 13 pounds of equipment on me, and the seat just creaks so much that it would drive you and me crazy during this review, so I had to scrap it. All right, let's go. I'm trying to make this light up here because it takes forever. We are already up to very comfortably up to 26 miles an hour. Oh, just kicked into gear 10, making things super easy. It's going to be easy to keep this bike at a higher speed. So think about it. A commuter bike, a fat tire commuter bike that shifts through pedal assist levels automatically, shifts gears automatically. Holy cow. They are dragging something. Oh gosh. You know what? Let's go ahead and take this thing off-road, get a little off-road action and see how well it performs and how it feels. Now this is just the easy part of the off-roading that we will be doing with this bike. If you're living in a city, this is probably about the only off-roading you'll be doing. Just moving through, no problem. Now, I wanted to use the Aventon seat post, the suspension seat post for this, even though I switched it out, because I want you guys to like see how it feels and how it performs. Even though auto has put me into gear 8, I can go ahead and downshift into a lower gear. No problem. So if you're wondering, do you have to stay in the auto version and not be able to shift gears? Well, no, you can shift gears. Let's go ahead and check out the walk feature. Now we have it in auto, and if I just hold the negative button, the walk feature kicks in. I don't know if you can see this little guy here, but it's telling you the walk feature is on. And yeah, we are moving at 2.7 miles an hour up this hill, which is a good speed. I mean, I don't feel like I have to run with it. I don't feel like it's too slow. That is a good setup. All right, guys, we are here to do the Santis. As you can see, they've made it beautiful for me to just make it look bad. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. Right now, I have it into turbo. We have it into Gear 2, I took it off of the auto pedal assist because I want to be able to make it through here. These tires have 15 pounds of air in them, and I'm using the new Hover X1 Pro Max or something like that. We're going to try it out and see how it works. Now we're going to be using pedaling, we're going to use throttle, we're going to use whatever it takes to make it through this sand, so let's go. Oh, you know what? I just went ahead and just took my hand off the throttle. We don't need it. We're just moving through. I'm still on the auto shift part though. And, oh, well, there we go. We are just making it through. No problem at all. Oh, I feel so bad for messing this up, but, oh gosh. Oh no, I made the turn too quick. There we go. There we go. Had to use a little throttle to get that going. But this bike has no problem going through the sand at all. It's just pushing right through. And it's not even that hard. It's still automatic shifting. It just put it into gear 3. So in case you're wondering, not only will this bike get you to the beach, but it'll get you through it. I'm on Lakefront Trail, and we are here downtown Chicago. That is the Chicago skyline. That is Lake Michigan, and we have a ton of people out here. What is this, like a Tuesday? And we still have all of these people out. Oh, people love the Chicago summers. I'm not sure that I'm digging this auto for me. I want to be able to go a little bit faster. Feels like I have to put in the extra work to do it. Let me see if I put one up. That's turbo. No, that's sport. I'm a huge fan of keeping things in the middle whenever I am reviewing stuff. So sport is what we're going to be cruising in today. I know we're going to get less mileage, although it says we have a range of 43 miles in sport. That is a long time. I do know that these A100 Aventon mid-drive motors, they go a long distance. I did it with the Rambless. I think I went 41 miles on that bike. I do not expect to be able to go that far with this one, just considering the size of the tires and things like, and the weight of the bike and things like that. Welcome to Drag Race Alley. We're gonna do some speed tests here, but right now we're heading into the wind. So we're gonna go ahead and swing it around the other way and do it from the opposite direction. Before we go ahead and start doing the speed test, I figure I might as well go ahead and see if the display and the speedometer here are correct. And as you guys can see, they are. So whatever time we're tracking is, or the speed that we're tracking is going to be the actual speed. All right, let's go ahead and do the throttle test first. I'm laughing because I have a feeling it's going to take us a bit. Let me go ahead and put it into turbo. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but let's see how long it takes for this bike to hit that 19 miles an hour, which is the top speed using throttle. And you guys can watch the gear shifting. Put it into 4, 5. See, it's starting to pick up more now. It is so freaky feeling it do the shifting in the motor, but I really, really like that feature. And there it is, boom. We've hit the top speed. Oh, 20! We hit 20 in 30 seconds. And it holds it. Nice. Let's go ahead and check pedal assist. See how quick we get to 28 miles an hour. I have it into turbo, but it's still doing the auto shift. So let's go and see how effective this auto shifting is. Oh, it's shifting late for me. There we go. Oh, 29. Oh, it hit 29 for a second, but it won't hold it. Let's go ahead and turn off auto shift because I believe I would have hit it quicker if I can shift on my own. Right now we have it into gear 3. Let's see if I can beat the auto shift time. Yep. Yeah, so shifting on your own, you can beat that time if you need to get there quick. Let's take a look at our trip info, but it's not letting us. Normally you just hit the left and right turn signal real quick and it takes you to the trip info. Is there a different way now? Let me see, average speed, max speed was 29.5. Total time, odometer 20.1. I'm not sure what we took off with. Let's take a look at Strava. Strava shows that we went 9.47 miles so far. I'm going to go ahead and switch it out of auto shifting because I want to feel how it shifts just normal riding instead of letting the bike take control. So we're going to do that so you guys can see how that feels. And then let's go ahead and put it into auto pedal assist levels, and then we'll just have manual shifting. Gear 8 is going to be my happy zone here. That feels pretty good, although you can tell when it shifts into a different pedal assist level, and so that might cause you to change a gear. I mean, right now we're doing fine, but I wonder how that would affect going up a hill in this gear. That's why you want a bell. All right, I have it in a gear 7. We're heading into a hill. I want to see if I can feel the pedal assist level difference, and I can. It just kicked into a higher pedal assist level. That is nice. I'm just impressed on how this bike works. All right, guys, welcome to the Hill of Doom. This hill goes from a 0% grade all the way up to 31%. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna test this bike out in different ways. Right now, I have it into auto shift and I have it into auto pedal assist level. We don't have the hill assist level on. We're gonna see how this bike makes it up the hill. I feel it shifting. Yep, it's shifting into a lower gear. We're putting down some pressure on the cranks and we're just starting to make it up the hill. I feel it downshifting, downshifting. There we go. Now oh, see, now it's easy breezy. So if you have the bike in auto, you will make it up to the very top of the Hill of Doom. No problem at all. I also do not have the rattle in the motor, which is excellent. I figured that would tell us right there if the motor rattles like it does on the Rambless, and it does not. So whatever that issue was, they figured out how to make it better. I didn't check to see how much torque we had going on, but hopefully I can cut to it in the video and we can see what the torque level was. Let's turn up the uphill start assist right there. It's on 3. We're going to put it on to 5 just so we can see how much of a difference it's going to make. We still have it into auto pedal assist levels. We have it into auto shifting, and now we have it into hill assist at number 5. Let's go and see how that feels. Oh my gosh. Okay, right out of the gate, we launched. And yeah, we're not going to have any problem making it up this hill. I definitely felt some assist right out of the gate, but we'll probably have to notice it more when doing the single track. I have now turned off the auto shift. Matter of fact, let's bounce over here real quick to see what gear. We're starting off in gear 3. We might just stay in gear 3, but that way we know. Let's go ahead and turn it back to torque. Maybe I'll try to pay attention this time on how much torque we got. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. Now, I did leave the hill climb assist on. And I mean, we're doing 50. We have 40, 50. We're not even getting close to the 100 Newton meters of torque that we need, except for right there. That cranked it up a lot higher. Now I have it on the manual shifting and no hill assist. So let's give that a shot and see. Let's see what gear we're in though. Well, we're in gear 3. Gear 3 is a easy one for going up to steep hills and inclines. I mean, I'm not putting any effort into this at all. And we just made it up this hill very easy. Now, will we fly off the top? Well, no, but it's still very, very easy to do. I am so looking forward to putting this bike on a single track. So no matter how you ride this bike, it is gonna do excellent on steep inclines. So this bike dominated the Hill of Doom 4 different ways. Was it 4? Whatever, either way, this bike will have no issue making it up your steepest hill. All right, guys, I just figured out something else with this throttle. I have it into gear 4. I got the throttle down. I'm not pedaling. It's going 12 miles an hour. I'm going to go ahead and put it into gear 5. And when I do, I feel it pushing the bike forward. So now we're doing 13.5 miles an hour, put it into gear 6. So basically, the throttle is dictated to not your pedal assist level here, but to what gear you're in. Well, I bet it also has to do with pedal assist level. Let me go ahead and put it into turbo and see if I notice any difference. Yeah, now we're getting a little bit more speed out of it. Gear 6, 16 miles an hour is what we're holding at. Let's go ahead and put it into gear 7. Yeah, and we're going faster. Put it into gear 8 because we were doing 18 miles an hour there in gear 7. Yeah, gear 8 takes you to 19 miles an hour. Let's try gear 9. Did a gear 10, and it puts us at 19.8, 19.9 miles an hour, right there at that 20 mile an hour zone. Now, does it matter if I have it into eco? No, it does not. So we just dropped down into eco. We still have it in gear 10, and we're holding that speed. But if I go ahead and I drop it down into gear, let's try gear 2. Let's try gear 2. And now I'm using the throttle. The bike is slowing down. So yeah, the throttle is definitely dictated to what gear you're in, not what pedal assist level. And we're cruising at 9 miles an hour in pedal assist 2 using throttle only. Guys, check out how far we are from Chicago. We are so many miles. That thing is so off in the distance. This is about the farthest I have taken any bike without going to the cabin. Now we're going to go ahead and turn around and head back. But man, look at that. Let's go. Now, if you're not familiar with the different features, the security features that this bike has, it's a lot. This bike is going to be hard to steal. I have reviewed every Aventon bike, and when they started coming out with this Aventon control unit, it really changed how secure these bikes are. You know, first you have what is that? Hang on, what's going on right here? Get off there. So not only did they combine the power of the Rambless and the geometry of the Adventure 3, but then they added all of these things where, like, you can ride tune this bike, so you can control every part of how this bike is ridden, how it is controlled. You can also set it up to where you can't steal this bike. I mean, you could steal it, but it's going to be very hard, especially with the hub lock system. And you can set that hub lock system up so that your hub locks whenever you stop. So whenever you turn the bike off, not whenever you stop, whenever you turn the bike off, it will automatically engage the hub lock system. And I don't know if you know what that is. I mean, I've featured it on every Aventon video that I have done. But let me show you. Right back here, see, there's some notches in here, and you could turn on hub lock. And whenever you do that, that will push a pin out into one of these little spots right here, and it locks the rear hub, keeping it from moving. You also have an alarm for this bike, so that if somebody touches it, it'll beep and make noises. It's not that big of an alarm, to be truthful, but it is in there. And then you can set up geofencing on this bike, which means it would only work in certain areas. So I could geofence this bike, and then it would shut off. It would not provide you with any assist. Now, it's not going to do the hub lock part, but I mean, it's not going to like lock the bike up in the geofencing part, but it'll make it to where you don't have any power to it. It won't provide any assist or anything like that. Could you still ride the bike if it's in a geofence mode? Yes, you could, because you can just ride this bike on its own without power. But, oh, let's get going. But if, or you can set it up to where it only works in certain areas, like if you have a young child or something like that, and you want to make sure that they stay within a certain area, you can set up geofencing to where the bike only works in that area. And then whenever they pull out of that area, then it shuts the bike down. I mean, there's just so many different security features. Plus, wherever this bike goes, I can track it. So if somebody was able to steal it, wherever they take it, I can track it. And then, you know, if they want to try to steal the battery, well, they won't know how, unless they watch this video and they saw my video. They would know how to take the battery out. But you can set up a password to where it only works if you put in the password. So there's so many different security features that you can do with this bike. I mean, it's just crazy. And for a big city here like Chicago, where bikes get stolen daily, well, that is, a great thing. Plus, when you have motion sensor on, if somebody grabs it and moves it, I get notified on my phone that the bike has been moved. One thing I have noticed with this bike, you will put more effort into it when riding it. And what I mean by that is like you feel the bike. With the hub motors, you can kind of push along and not have to put a lot of effort into it. But I'm getting a leg workout, and I like it. I mean, I'm totally fine with that. So you get some exercise. If I want to just take a break, well, go ahead and hit the throttle, take a break for a little bit, or I could put it into a higher pedal assist level. I have it in sport right now. I can put it into turbo, but I do like the fact that you can get a workout with this bike and you feel really connected to it. You really do. If you are a fan of bikes with cadence sensors, do not buy this one. You will not like it. And also, if you're the type of person that cruises around on throttle all the time, you're not gonna like this bike either. But if you're a person who likes to pedal, who likes to ride bikes, and who likes to go a long distance without worrying, well then yeah, take a look at this one. Man, I got hungry. I've been on this bike for a long time. I stopped off here, and Charlie, he runs this place, and he said he had the best hot dogs in Chicago, so I bought one, and he might be right. So he and I are gonna be friends. All right, we're back on the road. 32% battery power. I don't know how many miles we've gone, doesn't matter. At this point, we're gonna start to head home. It's just one of those that just won't die. It will just put you on the trails, and you can go anywhere you want to go. Maybe even some places you don't want to go. We are at 31% battery power. We're gonna start heading home. The cool thing is I'll be able to tell you how much farther this bike would go, because it tells you that, like right now in sport mode, it says we can do another 14.4 miles. If I go ahead and put it into eco says we can do another 23, and turbo says we can go another 10.7. But auto says we can do 11.3. I mean, this thing definitely goes for a long distance. I am a fan of the grips that are on this bike. I believe they're the same ones that's on the Ramblers. I know it's the same ones on the Adventure 3, but they feel good. They kind of massage your hands. I mean, I've put like, 40 miles on this bike already, and my hands are not fatigued at all. This is where a throttle comes in handy. Oh, my legs need a rest. So if you're thinking about, do you need the throttle for this bike? Yeah, you do. Just go ahead and order it when you order the bike. Or if you already have the bike and you're seeing this, well, order it. Oh, I don't have it in the auto shift. That's where it comes in handy on these takeoffs, because it would have just kicked down automatically. I forgot I had it out of auto shift, and that's absolutely where that comes in handy, because the throttle on takeoff isn't that great. It's not going to provide you that much assist. Once you're moving, it does well. But yeah, auto shift. Yeah, we definitely want to put this thing back into auto shift when there's a lot of stops and starts. 100%. Which makes it so nice. It spoils you, and then you forget about it until you need it again, which is like now. And so, yeah, okay, there we go. Now it just kicked down. Thank you, bike. Thank you. When it comes to the Aventon adjustable seat post, it's okay. There are better ones out there, but it does work. It's just a little clunky and chunky. Oop, my foot slipped off the pedal again. We are back on the 606. I'm 3.3 miles from the house, and we have 22% battery left. Like I said, normally I ride these things till they die, but this bike is going to tell us how much farther we could go with that battery. So once I get it home, we'll be able to go over some final numbers. But right now, this bike has been performing excellent. Ooh, little off-road. Take every little off-road thing that I see. Yeah, I'm extremely impressed, although it does have some flaws, and we'll talk about that in final thoughts. There are multiple advantages to having a mid-drive motor on a bike. One, obviously the range that you can get with a battery. Number two is going to be, if you get a flat tire in the back, it's so much easier just to take that off. That back wheel has a through axle, the front wheel has a through axle, so it's just easy to get these wheels on and off if you get a flat. I have noticed that the automatic shifting does always throw it up to gear 10. And I don't want to be in gear 10. I want to be in gear 9 or 8. But after riding it for a while, it's just going to automatically put it up in there. So the nice thing is you can just shift it back down to 8 or 9, hold what you've got, and you'll stay in that gear. It's good to have a bell. I think all bikes should have a bell. Aventon, you should put bells on your bikes. Let's go over final thoughts. Now, when you take a look at the display, I'm not able to figure out how to find that trip information because it just doesn't work like it used to. And I don't know if it's because of that recent software update, but I can't access the trip information on this bike. And it shows that the odometer has 47 miles on it. We started the trip off at 8.7 miles. So if you take that, that puts it almost at 40 miles. But if I look at eco mode, it shows that we could still go 12 miles farther. Sport says 7.5 miles farther. Auto, another 6. And then turbo, 5.6 miles. So if I would have just kept riding the bike, we would definitely get over 40 miles, and in some case, probably closer to 45, depending on what you put it on. So that right there puts this as the longest range, mid-drive, fat tire, one battery e-bike that I have reviewed. Now, when you take a look at Strava showed that we went like 36 point something. It's right there. Not quite tracking the same as it is on the bike, but I don't think it's enough to make the difference. I do know that I've done enough event reviews that when I use the Aventon app, it will track the ride, no problem. So let's talk about the things that I really dig about the bike. Number one, the paint job. This thing is sexy. I mean, it's a good looking bike. And, you know, something about the matte kind of satin finish on this just makes it look really well. I really enjoy how this bike rides, okay? That full auto deal, man, that's just a mind blower, actually, on how this thing functions and how this thing works. Because, I mean, automatic pedal assist, automatic shifting, well, all you have to do is just hop on this bike and go. Now, when it came down to it, I preferred keeping the bike in sport. Double check, make sure I'm right. Yeah, I enjoyed keeping the bike in sport and pedal assist number 7. That was my 7 or 8. That was my happy place when it came to riding this bike. Now, when it came to like stopping and starting a lot, that's where auto shift comes in handy because it did all the work for me, because I would forget to shift down from a stop sign or from a stoplight. And then when you took off, you're like, oh no. But with that auto shift, the bike's going to notice it. It's going to shift automatically, put it down in that lower gear, and then bring you up to those higher gears the faster you go. You really can't beat that when it comes to how a fat tire bike rides. I mean, that was excellent. Let's talk about the things that I didn't like, and that's the seat, right? I thought that maybe, so this is my second Adventure M. The first one, the seat creaked, and I didn't like it. But when they replaced it with this one, I was like, oh, maybe it was a one-off, and the seat was just, you know, it was just that seat. But then the seat on the second Adventure M, this one, also creaked really bad, and I wasn't going to put you guys through that. I definitely wasn't going to put me through it. So I took the seat post and seat off the level 3, and that is what seems to work. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my my suspension seat post on here and a seat that I like, because I want to put this back on the level 3. So I'm just going to transfer it from my Adventure 2 just because it's my favorite seat post, suspension seat post and seat. So I'm going to put it on this bad boy. Also, my feet slipped off the pedals twice during the ride, and these are new shoes and they have good tread on them. So I'm going to trade out the pedals for some ones with just some stickier pegs on it. I can't wait to get this bike out on a single track trail. I'm going to run it on the same track and the same course that I put the Adventure 3 on to see if I can feel the difference. And I know I'm going to, because this also has that hill climb assist with the new software, and it definitely makes a difference. I'm thrilled when it comes to this A100 motor that they got it to go up to 29 miles actually per hour, and it doesn't rattle anymore. And that is a great thing. So I'm super happy with the Adventure M. Now, if you guys are interested in this bike, well, you can go ahead and click on my link down below It helps the channel. I do make a small commission, I'm not going to lie about that, but it doesn't cost you anything, and it also shows Aventon, well, that you value my videos. The next time you see me on this bike is when I take it on its off-road journey, and we're going to run it through all of its paces. And whenever I do that, well, that video is going to be right there. But if that hasn't happened yet, well, YouTube is going to send you to one that they think you're going to want to watch next. So guys, thank you for making it till the end of this video. And until I see you again, enjoy the ride.